All right, let's see if this works now. Technical difficulties every time. So let's see if we can get some of this stuff in focus here. All right, so we're going to be doing some $10 readings tonight, tarot or charms or mediumship. So if you would like one of the three of those, comment in the chat, and then it's $10. You can send your payment to either Cash App or PayPal. My Linktree is how you do that. I have both of those in there, so decide which one you want and send your payment of $10. Tarot, charms, or mediumship. We're going to start shuffling some of the cards here, and then we're going to start pulling for the collective and see if anybody joins us tonight. So let's see what's going on this weekend. What is happening for the collective? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So could be dealing with some obstacles around work, finances, practicalities, maybe juggling too much, too many things going on in your world. Might be some things that you're trying to like weed out or let go of. Okay. Could be an unexpected love offer or opportunity that's coming in for somebody. I feel like this person might have had their eye on you for some time. And as a result, this person's trying to decide what is the best like mode in order to come forward. You could also be in burnout. You might be really tired of a lot of different things. You might be exhausted. You might need a break, maybe some alone time. Maybe you're just kind of sick of everything and everyone. Could be the Mercury in retrograde as well. I do feel like for some of you, you need to be kind of practical or logical about your next move. It could be this person that's coming in that's trying to be more logical about their approach, how they come forward, what they say, when they say it, all those things kind of timing related. We are getting out of the doghouse, so to speak, when it comes to money. However, I do feel like you're cutting some people, situations, or things off. Could be in a long-standing relationship or even a marriage. You might need to communicate effectively what needs to change, or maybe go solo. You might have been waiting for a long time to end something. The Ten of Swords tells us that we are overcoming burnout. We're overcoming backstabbing and betrayal, and we're overcoming rock bottom. We do have a lot of conflicts and chaos going on, so I feel like this is an opportunity to find some peace, find some stability, some balance, and overcome the heartbreak that we might have been currently dealing with. Ace of Swords tells us that truth or clarity will be revealed in this situation. And so I feel like for some of you, it is a breath of fresh air and a breakthrough that you need. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. This tells us that we're moving to greener pastures, that there are positive changes coming, could be in your work sector. However, you could also have an unexpected job offer kind of land in your lap, opportunity, as well as potential for a unexpected visitor arriving at your door. I do think that with the King of Wands in the reading, this would tell us that you're going to start having a lot more attention. So that may or may not be a positive thing for you. The King of Wands is somebody who's charismatic, charming. They always remind me of like somebody who could really sell ice to Eskimos, so to speak. Somebody that could really charm the pants off of you. I do think that the Ice Queen, the Queen of Swords, is somebody who might cut them off if it isn't an offer that's up to par, and I think this person knows that. The Seven of Pentacles is a card asking you to decide. Is it worth your time or not? And if not, then you go in a different direction. However, what you choose to invest in is going to be quite lucrative for you moving forward. Think of things like lottery wins, inheritance, lump sum payouts, or signing of some sort of contract. We did have the Knight of Pentacles, all about unexpected offers and opportunities for money. So I love that for the collective. Let's get some charms. All right, Spirit is asking us to cut some cords. Definitely some things that we need to leave behind. For some of you, you might be cutting out sugar. This is a little Pepsi can. Spirit does want you to enjoy the sweeter things in life. Enjoy life, okay? Really important. They also want you to follow your heart. So where is that leading you? Remember to love always. Spirit is saying that you are kind, peaceful, free, true, brave, strong, happy, be thankful, and compassionate to others. We do have the Sun, so fresh starts, new beginnings coming in, new opportunities. I have a dinosaur, so you might be digging up some things from the past. Use your brain this week. It's going to be important. Thinking could be a little bit clouded, but with the Ace of Swords in the reading, that tells us that the clarity is going to come in. We have a seahorse. So the male seahorse is actually the one that rears the children. So that could be like a little bit of a role reversal. Might need to go around some water. And Spirit says, where there's a will, there's a way. If you need it bad enough, you will find a way in order to do so. All right. So we are going to do some $10 readings tonight. Anybody that wants to purchase one, the link in my bio is how you do that. All of these are paid readings this evening besides the collective. Hi, Gisela. How are you feeling? Hopefully you're recovering well. I had a bit of a snafu myself this last week. What was it? I want to say it was like Monday. I got bit by my dog, one of them, my older dog. He's a little crotchety old man at this point. And I was playing with my other dog, with Magnus, with the puppy, and Theo must have thought I was gonna do something to him, and he didn't like what I was up to, so he bit me in the hand. Thankfully, most of it is all healed up now, but I had a puncture wound there, so my hand swelled up really bad. He got me over here, so for most of the week I couldn't really open and close my hand. It was swollen down to here, swollen up to here, so doing much better. 2 rounds of antibiotics, and getting back to normal. So it was kind of a oddball rough week. Not so good sleeping a lot. Well, you probably need that so that you're able to rest and recover. You had major surgery, so definitely something to consider. I know it can be hard to like sit around and do nothing, but sometimes it's for the best. All right, let's see. Yeah, I know. He's a little rascal, that one. I was really contemplating like beating the ever-loving stuffing out of him. I was super angry when it happened because he's never really done that to me before. And I thought, well, if he's going to bite me, he's going to bite other people. But he's old, and I think he was hurting. I think his hip was bothering him and everything, and I think he thought I was going to, like, hurt him or something, which I've never done. So, I don't know, but it is what it is. He's just got to calm himself down. He's a grouch here lately, so we just try and give him his space anymore. Let him get over himself. All right, let's see. What is going on? Ooh, what is going on for the month of March? Ooh, no contact. Okay. Maybe we're in a bit of separation from somebody. Can we see these cards okay? Or do I need to turn on a light? Let me see. Do I have a light on here? Yes, I do. Let's try that. I think that's easier to see. Let me move some junk around because I always feel like you guys can't see. Let me make sure these are in frame before we keep going. Maybe. I have my laptop out, but I'm using my cell phone camera because I feel like the camera doesn't lag as bad on there. And then I'm looking at it on my laptop so I can see what's going on. So we're trying out some angles. You guys probably noticed I was off camera a lot in the messages this week. That partially was due to the bite in my hand because it was just really hard to like shuffle cards and all that fun stuff, and I'm just in hermit mode. I just kind of don't care right now, so I'm just doing my own thing. All right, so there could be some no contact, no communication in a love relationship. Okay, trouble in paradise. So what do we do about that? 4 cups in the reverse. There's some rejection here. Somebody might be rejecting a committed partnership. I feel like somebody kind of wants to just go solo. Maybe they want to sow their wild oats here. Interesting. Some sort of decision needs to be made about the current situation. I feel like this won't work this way for much longer. Lots of confusion, maybe needing to see the situation differently in order for things to actually improve. So definitely think there needs to be some adjustments made. What else is going on? Ooh, strength. I feel like somebody wants to exit a marriage. Interesting. All right, so there's been a really long wait or a delay here for some reason. For some of you, I feel like you needed your confidence in order to actually achieve this next goal, okay? Ten of Swords. Yeah, something is collateral damage. Somebody definitely is done. We have 10-10, so that's major completions there, leading to some teamwork, because I feel like there wasn't any teamwork in this situation, right? Things need to be more in balance, more reciprocal energy. What else do we need to know? Lovers, yeah, decisions needing to be made, but somebody doesn't want things to change, right? It's like it's working for somebody, but the question is it working for you? It's time to start planning or setting some goals for the future of what you want, what you don't want. I feel like that will actually help things kind of change for the better, and there could be a new union coming in for you. Wow, interesting. We do have Libra energy, Gemini energy, water energy. Pretty much everybody's out here. I do think there could be something dissolving through the courts, right? Courts, contracts, legalities, divorces, things like that. Some of you are manifesting a fresh start because you're sick of the nightmare and you want out. Okay. Anything else we need to know about this? Hermit. Yeah, so I definitely feel the Hermit energy right now. We're in eclipse season. We are under Mercury retrograde. We're in Pisces season. We have a 6 planetary alignment. There's a ton of stuff that's changing right now. So if you feel called to go within, then that is exactly on par for the energy, okay? 3 of Swords, lots of heartbreak. We're trying to heal from all of that. And I feel like for some of you, like this is something that keeps you up at night. This is a situation that really bothers you. So we want to take control of that and move forward. Could have a lot of options coming in, but I feel like you need to really choose wisely. Could be seeing the number 7-7. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you're going to set some boundaries. You're going to choose what works best for you, and some abundance is going to start to flow in. Love that. Okay. What type of readings do you guys want for the collective stuff tonight? Do you want some love readings? Do we want to pull some shadow work? Do you guys want me to pull out a bunch of my homemade decks? What would you guys like to see tonight for collective stuff? Or personals, whichever. And if you don't care, I'll just pull some random stuff and we'll see what's what. Maybe I'll do that. Let me grab a couple more decks off of my shelf. Shadow work, okay. Let's do that. We haven't done that in a while. Okay. Can grab other stuff if we need to. Let me see. Where do I want to put all of this? I always feel like I need like a ginormous desk. Even though I have space, I never feel like I have enough. Okay. So we're going to use both of my shadow work decks. This one is called Conversations with Your Inner Self. It is a tandem deck or a 2-part deck. So we have the black cards are identifying the triggers. The white cards are how we find some balance. And then we have my other deck, Tarot of Light and Shadow. It is a tandem deck as well. I use these in the weekly messages for you guys, so you will recognize those if you watch the shadow work readings. Maybe if I could close all of this stuff up. Okay, so same thing. We have a light deck and we have a shadow deck. So I like to use all of them for our shadow work. So we're going to start with this deck, the Conversations with Our Inner Self. Hermit, see? Telling you couldn't make this up if you tried. Literally, the Hermit comes out at the very bottom, right? Okay, so I feel like shadow work is definitely something that's really critical and important for us at this time, especially as we're being called to kind of go within and reflect and, you know, yada yada, all the things. Okay, so this deck, we're going to use the black cards to identify any sort of triggers. The white deck is how we integrate or find balance. So let's see what we need to know. These ones all came out. Should we take them all? Why not? All right. First card says Inner Child. What is the relationship between your shadow self and your inner child? So if any of these resonate for you, you're supposed to literally sit and have a conversation with yourself about it. So that's how this deck works. I love this deck. It's really awesome. I use it pretty often. All right, change. Do you prefer change or do you avoid it, and why? Title Your Life book. I have already. I've written 2 books. If you're curious, they're linked in my Linktree. Stepping Stones to Destiny is my autobiography, and The Alabaster Enchantress of New Orleans is a romance book. Check those out. Shameless plug. Do not care. I have to self-promote because I self-published. Okay. Title Your Life book. If you were to write a book about your life, what would the title be and why? Okay. So I called mine Stepping Stones to Destiny because everything that I've lived through this far was literally like a paving stone to where I needed to be in life. So that's why I called it that. Envy. Is there a certain person that you envy? When do you catch yourself being jealous and why? Can we see these? Not really. Let's move them this way. Let's try that. That looks a little better. Maybe. Gotta wait for my laptop to catch up. There we go. Okay. The color of. What color is your sadness and why? Does your sadness have a color? You know what's coming to mind? There is this, I want to say it's like a Disney or a Pixar movie that was out a couple years back. And it was all these different emotions. And they were all different colors. So there was like anger, happiness, sadness, depression, like all these things, right? They were all these little entities and they were all a different color. So maybe when you're sad, you think of a specific color. Like a lot of people think of blue. I think blue is a beautiful color. So to me, it's not a sad color. So everybody's a little different in that. So what color is your sadness and why? And putting yourself last. Where are you putting yourself last? And why did you put aside your own needs? Aren't these good? I love these cards. Okay, so that's our first batch. I'm going to slide those guys up. All right, how do we integrate and find some balance? These are super stiff cards, so they're really hard to shuffle well. So I usually try and shuffle a lot. Ooh, there we go. There's some. Okay, communication. How can understanding your shadow self improve your communication? Failure. How can your shadow self help you develop a healthier attitude towards failure and mistakes? Get some more of these ones. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Releasing anger. I can feel my anger melt away when. Emotional release. What activities help you release pent-up emotions? Inner critic. What does your inner critic most often say to you, and what evidence can you find to combat your inner critic? One more of these. What else? Rejection. How have you experienced rejection, and how can you show rejected parts of yourself love and acceptance? Aren't those good? I think those are super good. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys, and we're going to pull from the other 2 decks. So I offer shadow work as personals as well. If you guys ever want to book like a personal with me, you just shoot me an email. You tell me if you want, you know, like something specific, like, hey, I really want a love reading. Hey, I really want a shadow work reading. And we just pull from those specific decks. All right, is that my shadow deck? It is. Okay. All right, Spirit, we know we're in hermit mode. Probably for the next few weeks due to all of this crazy stuff going on in the world. So what else do we need to know? Let's focus on why is the reason that we need to go within right now. Decisions or the lack thereof. Okay, some indecision. We're trying to kind of weigh the pros and cons is what I'm picking up somewhere. Like, is it worth it? What direction do I want to go? I feel like somebody might be contemplating moving away from disappointments, away from like lack of love. Definitely feel like there could be some obstacles around work, finances, quality, right? Not just quantity is really important. Ooh, and getting rid of toxicity, toxic cycles, relationships, people, all of that good stuff. I'm going to try and adjust this angle just a little bit here. Maybe, if this will catch up. There, I think that's a little bit easier. Okay. All right, so we want to say no to anything that's toxic. What I'm really picking up with the devil in the shadow or reverse in this is all about reclaiming our power. This is a like conscious choice to go, yeah, no, what I was doing wasn't working, and so something's got to give, something has to change. I do think that you might be a little bit cautious instead of jumping in head first. The Page of Wands is somebody who can be kind of a hothead, somebody who's a little reckless, throws caution to the wind and jumps in head first. That's ill-advised in this energy. You really do want to think about it because it could lead you into like the pits of hell. It's really something that you don't want to do. And I feel like if we're reclaiming our power away from this devil energy that's toxic, we're trying to get out of survival mode. So we're trying to say no to any sort of disappointments. We might have had a breakup recently. There could have been some sort of really disappointing energy around love. And so I feel like what we thought was maybe Prince Charming turned out to be more like a nightmare. And so that's not something that we want going forward, right? So we have to overcome all of these obstacles. The question is how. We've got to come up with some sort of plan. I feel like there's also maybe some depression here as well, is what it feels like is setting in. I feel like a lot of doom and gloom energy that's coming through. Not that I mean to laugh at that or anything, but it's exactly what I'm picking up with what I'm seeing. So there's been a lot of indecision, a lot of juggling, maybe too much going on. And so then we're dealing with a tyrant on top of that, somebody who makes us feel really small, maybe they belittle us, things like that. And so we're saying no to that energy. This is something that we don't wish to continue. So we're seeing the truth for what it is, no more illusions. And the tower moment is destruction, right? Because we want our manifestations to come in and we want our money to come in. And so we have to say no to this toxic, negative energy in order for that to change, in order for that to happen. So what is the solution? Perfect timing for me. I am a lifetime hermit. I just want to heal. Well, that's written all over the cards right now for you, for sure. All right. So the good news is you do have a wish fulfillment that's trying to come in. But I feel like there's some deceptive people around the collective's energy. So 7 of Swords. Liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators, untrustworthy people. That's not the company that we want to have our manifestations come in, right? So we know the change has to happen. This could be friends, family, coworkers, significant others, whatever it happens to be, could be blocking the blessing from coming in. The Wheel of Fortune is good luck and unexpected good fortune coming in. 7 of Wands, we need some boundaries, right? So we're not dealing with the riffraff. I also feel like rest, recovery, rejuvenation, right? Because there's too much going on, and we know that with the 2 of Coins. We're juggling too much. There's the Hermit again. The message is pretty clear. We are supposed to be going inward right now during all of these astrological events, all of these things that we're trying to make changes. And the only way for that to really happen is to go within. We need the downtime in order for things to change. What's interesting is there could be a potential new love offer coming, but we're in hermit mode. So the real question I have is, are we going to be receptive or open? Shadow work stuff again. The cosmic mirror is all about the reflection. Do we like the reflection that's staring back at us in the mirror, or do we loathe it? Is it something that it's like we look at ourselves and go, I love you completely, unconditionally? It took me a long time to really love the person that I am at my core, to really go, I absolutely fucking love her. I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of all the things she's overcome. I'm proud of where she is in life. And love the reflection that stares back at me. But I didn't for a very long time. And I feel like a lot of us are kind of in that energy where we don't always love ourselves unconditionally. But Spirit's showing us that self-love and understanding and compassion are actually the key for us to welcome in our manifestations. So the shadow work is going to help us manifest. 9 of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like there's been a lot of nightmares. Maybe love has been kind of a nightmare. Maybe work has been kind of a nightmare. But there's definitely some of this where we just It's like we can't get things working the way that we want them to work. Eight of Swords, we feel really stuck, really trapped. What's funny, it came out in the reverse, which would be we're setting ourselves free. But in these two decks, since we have the shadow deck and we have the light deck, you only read them in the upright. So we're going to take it that way. So the Eight of Swords is about feeling really stuck and trapped somewhere. This could be anywhere in life that maybe you feel like you're stuck, like you don't see a way out. Spirit's showing you you're going to have some options. You might have options in love. You have some wish fulfillments and manifestations trying to come in. You also have some stability trying to come in. Could be in love and romance. This love offer could lead to commitment, could lead to stability. Is that something that you're looking for? Is that something that you want? Pages bring news. This page moves really quick. Page of Wands. It's fire energy. We're going to be in Aries season in about 3.5 weeks. So I feel like there could be some really fast moving love and romance if you're open to it. Five of Swords, but there's confusion. There's stuff from the past that might be coming back. You know, I think Mercury in retrograde is best described as a plunger because it brings up old shit, right? And sometimes we don't want to deal with the old shit. Maybe it's memories, maybe it's a person, maybe it's a trip down memory lane that's, you know, not great, it could be painful. And so for a long time, I feel like the collective has been trying to break away from that and go in a different direction. There's a lot of heartbreak here. 3-3 back to back. So March 3rd could be like a turning point for some of you in the collective where we're overcoming this heartbreak, this pain, right? Page of Coins. Now is a great time to plan or set some goals. Not to actively act on those yet, but to plan or set some goals, right? That's what Hermit mode is about. Going within, reflection, inner work, diagnosing what the problem is so we can make some forward progress once we're done. And so I feel like that helps you to actually pour into your own cup, to give you some sort of balance, to illuminate any sort of illusions. Yes, there's a possibility of reconciliation with the Temperance card. It's also Sagittarius energy. The truth or the clarity is coming out. I feel like somebody is kind of drowning in their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and so they're going to have to speak up, and that leads to happiness. That leads to a fresh start, new beginnings, the potential for love and romance as well, marriage, commitment, union, all of those things. But this is the happiness that you're looking for. So things really can turn around, but I feel like we have so much inner work in order to get there. So really a lot of inner work, hermit mode, reflection, healing, overcoming some challenges, and that really gives way to turning things around for the better. Love that. So it is a lot of work, but the inner work definitely leads to a lot of potential for new beginnings and happiness if we're willing to do the work. It's funny to me that the Hermit came out before I started shuffling, and then it came out in the reading as well. So definitely a good timing message, I feel like, because I feel like I want to be in Hermit mode. What's weird is I feel like I need to work a lot when I'm in Hermit mode, but like I don't want to be seen while I'm working, if that makes sense. It's like I just want to do it on my own time. I just want to do it in private. I just want to work on me and not think about stuff. Let's get some charms for that. What do we need to know about our shadow work that we need to do while we're in Hermit mode? Okay. Let's see what we have. Ooh, we have the wedding bells. Okay. So there could be the potential for love and romance coming in. Things that are hidden are coming to light. Spirit wants you to know that you measure up, so don't compare yourself to anyone else. You are you, and that's all that matters. We have a train, so you could be taking a trip, travel, movement, relocation, some sort of destination. Now, I will caution you, during Mercury in retrograde, there are obstacles with travel and delays. So double check all of your reservations. Make sure that you have refundable tickets for anything that's a big deal, and plan to leave in plenty of time so there's no issues with delays. We do have the ocean waves, so some of you might be taking a trip towards water. We are in Pisces season, that's a water sign. We have an onion here, so we're peeling back the layers. We have the toothpaste, someone might need a dental checkup. We also have the little tooth fairy here. So definitely feel like teeth could be bothering somebody. you know, whatever pertains to your teeth. The tooth fairy, right? Maybe money coming in for your teeth. Maybe your teeth are going to cost you a bunch of money to get fixed. That's not great. So I feel like there's some things that are changing. Would you have a ring? So there's a commitment. What's funny is this one is braided. Not that it's going to show up super clear, but this is a braided band. So I feel like you and this other person are like intertwined with each other. And we have a rose. So somebody might come in with some sort of romantic offer that could lead to commitment. They might be traveling a distance to see you. I do feel like this person wants to solidify things. We have the wedding bells and we have a ring. So could be an interesting Pisces season for you guys. Someone gets engaged or married, you'll have to shoot me an email and let me know. I would love to know. I'm nosy sometimes. All right, let's see. What else should we pull? I like pulling random stuff for you guys. So let's see. We could pull some spiritual guidance. Let me clean up some of these or I'm going to run out of room on my desk here. Do we want love messages? Are we sick of love? I try and only pull those like once a week for you guys so nobody's burnt out on all that. But if there's stuff you guys really want, let me know. These ones are collective, so I'm just pulling whatever for everybody. Personals are available tonight too if you guys want one. There are $10 readings. Collectives are the free ones. We'll do some spiritual guidance. Sick of love. I hear you. I won't force you to watch any love readings, Gisela. I hear you. I see them all over my my feed and everything too, and I'm always just like, ugh, gross. Get off my shit. I don't always like to post them either. That's why I don't post them all the time, because it's like, I just don't care. There's some people that are all about it. That's great. Congratulations. I'm just at the point in life now where it's like, I don't care. It is what it is. It's like, if love is supposed to find you, it's going to find you. That's how I look at it. Okay, we're going to pull some animal messages. We're going to pull some Keepers of the Light and one of my decks, Don't Ignore the Signs. And we'll see what's going on. We have the water buffalo. So there's this old like movie, animated cartoon, whatever it's called. It's called Veggie Tales. If you ever had small kids, you'd probably have come across it. So anyway, there's a song that these little characters had, and in part of it, it's something about I want to be a water buffalo. And so every time I see this card, it makes me think of that. Sorry, a little tangent, but it's what it made me think of. So this says, face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. Okay. So something that we're going to have courage, facing our fears. When I first started doing readings, one of the things that I learned in my mentorship that I took was that fear will block your blessings. And so I had to be really brave, which was something I was not used to being at that current time, in order to be seen and be myself. So I still work on that sometimes, right? It's still something that it's like, I feel like I have imposter syndrome. I always feel like maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe there's better people out there, right? All these things that we tell ourselves because, you know, we get scared of things or whatever. So we're going to have to face these fears in order to be brave to actually go forward. The Raven tells us to listen to our intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. Big message right there. So spirit could be trying to talk to you through animals, through numbers, through music. There could be a gazillion different ways that spirit tries to get your attention. Ravens specifically are a totem of Odin. He's a Norse god, and he sacrificed an eye to be omnipotent, meaning all-seeing, all-knowing, and ravens are one of his totems. And so if you see ravens, that's kind of an indication that spirit's trying to connect to you through the ethers. We have the elephant. You gain the love and wisdom that is passed from one generation to the next. So this always reminds me of like grandparents and grandchild. trying to like share love, share wisdom. I feel like grandparents kind of spoil the grandkids because they had to survive their own kids. So I feel like a lot of times the grandkids get to see a different side of the parents than maybe the kids did, which is always interesting. We have the crocodile. The alchemy of energy teaches that death will always yield new life. So there could be a new addition to somebody's family coming in. I also feel like this is telling us that we're closing out some chapters and cycles, right? Very cyclical energy. So we're almost to spring, right? So we're closing out the stillness and the coldness of winter, at least in the northern hemisphere. And so that's going to yield new life, right? It's a cycle. So certain things are closing. Spirit's trying to communicate to us. We also need to make sure that we're sharing wisdom with the next generation so we aren't doomed to repeat cycles that we don't want to repeat. And the crocodile tells us that there's new energy. So if there's death, it's a closure or a cycle of something moving forward. Let's see. Where am I going to put my water jug? There we go. All right. Let's see what we have from the Keepers of the Light. What do we need to see from the Ascended Masters? Okay, Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So he's got a giant rose in the center of his chest there, and it's blooming. So that tells us that the heart chakra is being activated and open, and Spirit wants you to share your gifts openly with people. Elmoira, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I feel like he's activating the third eye and the crown chakra. Then we have Commander Ashtar, a call to action. Take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. And we have Master Buddha. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. We have intuition, trust your inner voice. The messages are usually pretty clear from these decks. Spirit likes to be crystal clear, and so I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to kind of take control of your life, share your gifts, open up, communicate, listen to Spirit, share your knowledge, close out cycles, right? So what do you need to do? For me, I have to be more active sharing my gifts, right? So I have to, either post a ton of readings, go live, read for people, whatever, because that's what I'm here to do. So it might be different for you, but for me, this is something that I already know Spirit wants me to be way more active than I have been recently, so I'm working on it. That's why I went live the other night, and I'm going live again today, and maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We have the castle. So some sort of protection around your home, right? Your castle, your home. Power, enchantment, and danger. So you are protected from any sort of danger. They're telling me double check locks on doors. Definitely. It's always good advice. And there could be an unexpected visitor that pops up. Guess who? Some sort of pop-up surprise. Your intuition might be telling you who that is. We have the compass. So you're finding your way. Are you lost? Remember that a compass always points north. And so what they're actually drawing me to is in the back of this card, you can see kind of there's circles and there's a star back here. Well, the compass needle always points north. So to find your true north, you'll find your direction. Interesting. Okay, so you're finding your way. If you're feeling lost, I promise you're going to find your way out of wherever you feel lost. And we have electric, exciting times ahead. I feel like you're closing a cycle that's been really boring or draining. And so as a result, there's some excitement that's coming in. I have hiccups for confirmation. Magnets, they attract or repel. So you're either attracting what you want or you're repelling what you don't want. Interesting. Somebody might need to communicate, speak up, and just say it. I feel like it could be this visitor that's coming to communicate, and they see you as soft, squishy, sweet little teddy bear, little gummy bear. For others of you, you need to cut some cords somewhere, so cut those. Release the fear. We already know our first card's talking about we have to have courage in order to grow and move forward. So fear, false emotions appearing real, it means the ego's in control. Expect some sort of messages, text, call, email, spiritual, or telepathic. Okay. Spirit wants you to know you're about to take a giant leap forward. You're going in a new direction. So Could see frogs as a reminder that you're headed in a new direction. Interesting. Okay. Anything else we want to pull tonight? What do you guys feel like seeing? Some spiritual guidance. We did some shadow work. We don't want to do love. Is there anybody that's watching that does want love? Let me know. I think I'm just going to pull some random tarot and we're going to see what's going on. Let me clean these guys up. I'm also contemplating getting some new tarot decks because I feel like I get kind of bored using the same one. So I mix and match stuff that's maybe not really meant to be read together because I don't care. I just read it. Let's do some harsh truths and some how's life treating us. Let's see what's going on with that. Sorry if I sound like I'm in the next room pulling stuff off the shelf behind me. Okay, clean up the area over here a little bit. Maybe. How did I have that situated? There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's see how's life treating the collective in the month of March. Because tomorrow is what? Tomorrow's the last day of February. So yeah, let's see what's going on in March. You guys know I never know what day it is, ever. I have to there's Mercury in retrograde. Already got me tongue-tied. Oh, man. It's going to be fun. All right, so Mercury governs the thoughts, the minds, and communication, as well as travel. So you might find yourself tripping over your words. It might be difficult to communicate. Maybe there's fogginess with your thinking, things like that. Travel delays, hiccups, glitches. I hear you, girl. It better be positive. That's how I feel too. I'm like, come on. It's like you're rolling dice, right? Shooting craps. That's why I don't gamble, because usually I roll crap. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, see, celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, good news, and parties. My birthday is in March, so I will be, how old will I be this year? 46. 46. I will be 46. I'm excited for it. All right. Ooh, don't let people use you as a scapegoat. Don't be the redheaded stepchild. You might be having some problems with the family. Okay. Date night. Get a sitter. Make some plans for a night out. All right. What else? Chef's kiss. Cooking up a storm. Comfort food. Secret ingredient. It's made with love. I love to bake and stuff like that. Gisela, you ready for this? You're not ready for this. Are you excited? Are you sitting down? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you can't see it. Here we go. Won the lottery. Jackpot. Casino. Money. That sounds pretty good to me. I don't really gamble. It's funny that we were talking about craps, right? Rolling the dice. Maybe I should go. Maybe I'll win a jackpot. Wouldn't that be something? Because I don't gamble. So, yeah, I would say that's pretty positive. Artistic, artist, inventions, crafts, handmade, and inspired ideas. So maybe you're going to invest some of that winning into something you want to do. Wine or whiskey, drinks with friends. Wine, drink it, don't complain. We want to make sure that it's a positive meetup with our friends, right? Camping, hiking, fishing, hunting, and an outdoor lifestyle. Maybe you're going to spend some time in the good old outdoors. Maybe you're going to take a hike, go camping, something like that, get some fresh air. Started a new job and earning my way in life. Well, we have some money coming in here, okay? So we have some celebrations, some comfort foods, maybe a date night. So let's see what else we've got going on here. Got a pet, dog, cat, fish, snake, rescue, animal lover, skydiving. Woo, some sort of adventure awaits the collective. I would never skydive. I'm too afraid I would fall and not make it. So that's not this girl. And running late. Some time management is needed. More rest, sleep routines, or set an extra alarm. You know, we're in hermit mode, right? So maybe we want to just rest. Maybe we want to sleep, aren't getting enough sleep, things like that. Bottom of the deck. Engagements. Long or short, it's time to put a ring on it. Okay, so we're celebrating some good stuff in March. Very interesting. Some of you might win a lottery or a jackpot. Maybe you're going to win some money at a casino. We've got new jobs coming in. making some more money. So make sure that we're on time for things, right? Because Mercury retrograde won't end officially until like the 20th of March. So there's going to be some delays. So if it's important, like for an interview, get there early. Plan ahead, right? Maybe you get there 15 minutes early and you have to sit in your car for a few minutes. So effing what? Do it, because it sets a good example for your new employer. You're going to be celebrating some wins this month, though, so I love that. And part of it could be some sort of engagement. Ooh, okay. Let's see what else we got going on. That looks pretty good. It's always like, I don't know, what's it going to look like? Is it a rolling shit show or is it good? I don't know. Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's get some harsh truths. Our reality check. What do we need to see? Ooh, I know what I'm going to pull next. We're going to do a your side, their side, and the harsh motherfucking truth. So let's do that. Let me shuffle this, and then we're going to pull one more tarot deck out so we can do the whole message. Okay, be right back. One sec. All right. So, Spirit, let's see what we got going on here. What is the current situation for the collective? All right, current situation. What is the current situation? Needing balance. All right. So there could be a reconciliation that's coming in. Somebody might be getting ready to take action and come reveal their feelings towards the collective. King of Cups is somebody who's a devoted partner. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's been coming out in a lot of the messages. Like I did a Pisces season reading today for the Pisces in the collective, and he came out twice. So I do think that there's going to be like a very romantic, affectionate, protective partner that comes in. Not just for Pisces, but he'd be a really good match for a Pisces, but it could be for anybody. We have Capricorn energy with the Devil card. So watch out for any sort of obstacles that we need to overcome, right? Toxic relationships, addictions, greed, controversy, violence, anything that's codependent or leaves you feeling like you're stuck or trapped. Why? We're looking for stability. This could also be love and romance that's coming in. So stability, celebration, family, like building a solid foundation. So that's important. We have the Chariot. Things might escalate quickly. This might happen out of the blue. It could be something that happens really fast. So if you need to pump the brakes, if things are going too quick for you, say so, because I feel like that's really important. All right. So the Chariot is a lot of forward progress, and we've been really stuck because of last year. The snake year was all about shedding. This year is the fire horse, so it's about momentum and freedom. So this Chariot, I would feel like we're going to break some cycles. We're going to break some chains of things that have been hindering us or holding us back in order to finally make some progress and movement. So travel, movement, relocation, don't rush decisions. We're still in Mercury in retrograde, right? So even though we're supposed to be going forward for these next couple of weeks, it might feel like we're going backwards. That's normal. So watch out for somebody who might betray you. Okay, I feel like there could be somebody that has stabbed you in the back that you're supposed to sever ties with. Again, where are we? Mercury in retrograde. So again, it's a plunger, brings up old shit from the past. Okay, flush that shit once and for all and be done with it. Okay, we don't want to keep that, right? You wouldn't want to cuddle that nasty plunger, right? So let go of the old shit. We're looking for balance here. We don't necessarily want bad things back from the past. We do need some boundaries, but some of you are dealing with some really high walls because you've been hurt. So you've got to retreat in order to heal. There's a lot of hard work that might need to be done, but that hard work is what's going to get you this forward progress and get you out of survival mode and out of juggling. So you could be moving, traveling, relocating, could be for work, Could be for love, could be 1,000,005 reasons. There is incoming communication. You could be waiting on like test results or something. This communication could also happen really fast. There could also be hiccups in communication. So just like you guys see me trip over my words constantly during Mercury in retrograde, know that there could be communication breakdowns, glitches, issues with technology, messages being misinterpreted. So make sure you're clear in your communication. The Death card is Scorpio energy, but it is symbolic for a major metamorphosis, change, evolution, and transformation, okay? Leading to clarity. So what do you need to get clear on? You need to get clear on leaving this shit show behind, leaving toxicity behind, finding balance in your life. Most of us kind of know already where we need to make those changes. So speak clearly, speak your truth, and there is some sort of breakthrough that's coming in. Oh, look, we have the plunger. We have the plunger. I'm going to call the 6 of Cups the plunger card from this point forward. There's a lot of things from the past that can resurface in a Mercury retrograde. So could be old friends, could be you bump into somebody, could be an ex that resurfaces, could be memories that come to the surface. You could be, sharing parts of your childhood or your past with somebody. We're going to call that the plunger card. It's bringing old shit up. Decide what you want to do about it and move forward. There is some sort of adventure that's coming in. So watch out for people who are hotheads, a little bit of a temper. They're very passionate, but they're also a bit of a rebel, and they are a big flirt. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's usually seen as the player in the tarot. So watch out for that. So this is the current situation. All right. So current situation. We're going to do your side, the viewer. I'm going to try not to knock my camera over. Okay, what is your side? Maybe. Let's move some cards. Okay, what is the viewer's side here? Okay, viewer wants new love. Okay, maybe it comes in unexpectedly. Page of Pentacles. So plan or set some goals on what you're looking for. Page of Cups, so that it can come in. Something that's more balanced, right? We don't want something that's not reciprocal. We don't want things that are not what we're looking for. Oh, and we don't want somebody from the past. We want new, okay? Get creative. Follow your passions. Do the things that you love. I feel like that helps you to decide what is aligned and what is not aligned with you. And we have some decisions with the 7 of Coins. So this is telling us that we have to be clear on what we want. That's why we do shadow work. So is it worth your time? Is the juice worth the squeeze, or do you cut your losses and go, right? That's the decision at hand. I feel like somebody wants to chase their passions. Maybe they really want like a passionate romance and they've never really had that before. So that might be something new that you're manifesting that's coming in. But we have this element of toxicity that we do not want. I feel like past relationships were very toxic. And so that's not something that we want moving forward. All right. 5 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. We're getting out of lack. We're going towards abundance and some good luck because we're manifesting that. We're having really strong boundaries leading to what? Woo! The Emperor. Love that. Okay. So you could have a divine masculine that's coming into the picture for the viewer as well. Remember that it's just energy. It can be male or female. So if you're a male and you're not attracted to men, it could be a female that's coming in. That would be the Empress. So divine masculine energy is bold. It's strategic. It's a man with a plan. He is somebody who has conquered his fears. He's done the inner work on himself. He's tackled the devil and he's come out on top. And he's somebody who knows what he wants and he goes after it. Why? Because he's a man with a plan. So he's not going to be playing games with you. He's not somebody that's going to drag things out. He's going to, go about it the proper way and approach things the right way. All right, what is the other person's side of this situation? What is their side of the situation? Page of Swords, okay. Ooh, okay. This person's heavily watching or spying the viewer. So Page of Swords, lots of, it's almost like stalker energy is what I'm picking up. But I feel like this person's about to be found out. They're not as sneaky as they think they are. Their Spirit's telling me there's something about a digital footprint, like you might know who this person is or might find out who this person is. It's like they're going to get caught spying. So could be some gossip, rumors, things like that. All that's going to be illuminated with the moon card there. So anything that's unaligned is going to be removed. Ace of Pentacles. So we have some new opportunities for the other person coming in for finances. We have the Devil. We have the Devil. So both of you are overcoming cycles of toxicity, cycles of things that we want to let go of. And it's going to take teamwork to make the dream work. I feel like this person knows that, but they're hesitating to bring a love offer forward. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're lacking confidence. They see you as a wish fulfillment. They're burnout, or you're burnout and exhausted. And so I feel like this person is going within, doing some work on themselves, resting, recovering in order to gain some truth or clarity. Now, the King of Swords is seen as the Ice King. Ice King, Ice Queen, it's the same energy. And this one in particular is one that can be really analytical. So their words can kind of sting. And so I feel like this person might have said something or done something that caused an obstacle or a strife, an argument. And so there might need to be some clarity or truth shed. An apology could be something that you're waiting to hear from them as well. The King of Pentacles in reverse. This person might be broke. Quite frankly, this person might be broke. They might have lost a fortune. They might have been scammed, embezzlement, fraud, schemes, all of those things. This is not so good. We don't like that energy. So there's a big burden. Maybe it's a financial burden that they're trying to walk away from, and they're trying to put in the work. This could have happened with work. I feel like they're finally seeing the truth for what it is. What's keeping them stuck could be this whole situation. It could have to do with finances, and they want to come forward with a new love offer. The Page is bringing the news. This is coming in quickly. We have a little rabbit here on the card. So I feel like this person is trying to like iron out all of these obstacles in order to actually come forward with a legitimate offer. All right, let's see what the harsh truths are. Harsh truths in the situation, please, Spirit. What are the harsh truths? Ooh, man. Lies always come out. Just tell the truth. We're looking for an upgrade, not a downgrade. So don't settle. No limits. You can't be stopped. You're part of the infinite universe. Shadow work is needed. I mean, the message is pretty clear. Spirit's like giving us the Hermit card. Spirit's like engaging in all of this stuff. So shadow work is needed. Time to heal from the past, right? Mercury in retrograde. That's exactly what it is. We're in eclipse season. Same thing. It's all about revisiting things we don't want to take with us into the next chapter. Some sort of secrets are coming out. This person has feelings. I feel like this person might really be lacking financially, and they don't necessarily want you to know, but it's going to be revealed. So be strong, be firm. If you're really independent, I feel like that's something that this person admires about you. Don't be the scapegoat. Don't let them place blame on you if it's nothing that you did. They need to seek some reality to avoid fantasy land. Watch out for fakes and illusions. Again, scammers. You are due some sort of upgrade in life, okay? So don't settle for a downgrade. What else? Stay in my own lane. Yeah, because hermit mode is exactly that, right? It's like we're doing our own thing. We don't care what the other person's up to. Facts reveal the truth. Whew, okay. They're giving me the words that somebody's about to get fact-checked in a really big way. Like Spirit's about to blurt out their business, right? Because the facts are revealing the truth. Truth, facts, and honesty. Couldn't make this up if I fucking tried. It's time to let it go. Learn the lesson and grow. We're not settling for sloppy seconds or leftovers. We want proof. Don't believe it unless there are what? Facts to back it up. Somebody's about to sleep like a baby with no worries. All right. So I feel like there could be someone from the past that's trying to rear their ugly head. This person might be broke. This person might be in a lot of debt. This person might have lied to you about maybe financial stuff, maybe about love situation. Maybe they're with somebody else, things like that. And so I feel like all their dirty little secrets, Spirit's about to air their dirty laundry. So that's not good. But the truth needs to come out, and the truth will come out. So always tell the truth, because it has a way of coming back to bite you in the ass if you don't. So make honesty a good policy. All right, let's clean all. So I have a whole notebook that I don't use very often, full of different spreads and stuff that I think maybe when we go live, I'll start pulling some of those for you guys, or maybe I'll include some in the weekly spread, different messages, different layouts and stuff. Do you guys like to be able to see the cards? I know there's a lot of readers that, you know, they just show the cards and that seems to work for them. I honestly would rather the camera be on the cards instead of me, because I feel like I'm not being watched, if that makes sense, because I'm an introvert. I don't like people staring at me. I'm weird like that. But I know that sometimes you guys would rather see me, so I try and do both. But if I'm being quite honest, I would much prefer to be behind the scenes. So that's just me. All right. What do we need to know, Spirit? Get some good shuffles of these charms. All right, not very many. Let's see what we got. Music is the music of our soul. Okay, I love music, so that's why I made a whole deck of songs, and it helps me to channel information. What do we got here? Virgo. Yeah, Virgo energy. All right, so I do feel like there's going to be some big changes in the love department. Music could be something really significant between you and this person. Maybe you guys send each other songs. Maybe somebody writes, sings, or plays an instrument. That could be also significant, like maybe someone's a musician or a writer. We have the little caterpillar. So you're going through a transformation. What they're giving me with this is that once the transformation is complete and this caterpillar turns into a butterfly, you can't ever go backwards. So there's some things that are changing that need to change, and this growth is worth your time. So allow the change to happen, but you can't go backwards once it's complete. We have a screwdriver. The Spirit's giving me that somebody's about to stick the screws to him. How funny, I haven't heard that in so long. So somebody's about to get their karma for whatever they happen to have done, whether it's lies or deception or whatever. We have a little deer. That might be something that somebody calls you. Innocence, right? A little like Bambi, the little innocent deer there. We have Virgo. Virgo is the virgin, right? The zodiac Virgo. So I feel like this person could be your polar opposite is what I'm getting. I want to say the North and South node are in Virgo and Pisces at the moment. So I want to say the North node is Pisces, South node is Virgo. They're opposites on the zodiac wheel. So this would be Pisces polar opposite. One of my sons is a Virgo and we get along thick as thieves. So opposites do work out. All right. We have the saw. What are you cutting away? We have tools here, right? Somebody might be trying to fix something. We have a screwdriver and a saw. Can it be saved, or do we need to cut it away is what I'm picking up. We have I love Doctor Who, so somebody might be into sci-fi and fantasy. We have a snowflake ornament here, so Christmas could be somehow significant. The past Christmas or this coming Christmas. Snow could be really significant to somebody. We haven't had hardly any in Colorado, which is scary because we're starting to get fires already. So we need some moisture in a bad way here. But snow could be somehow significant. Oh, that's cool, Spirit. What they're giving me with this is, so a snowflake, every single snowflake is unique, right? It's like a fingerprint. No two snowflakes are alike, just like no two fingerprints are alike. This person is going to be unlike anything that you've ever encountered before. But I feel like you and this person really fit together. Cool. All right, and we have a little heart with a key heart here. So somebody holds the key to your heart, and only this key will unlock that lock. Very interesting message. Okay. All right, I'm going to open up for some personals. If you guys would like to do a couple of cards or some charms, just put your first name in the chat, let me know. We'll do those ones for free. There's a couple of you in here watching, so no biggie, no harm, no foul. So just put your first name in there. If you have something specific, tarot charms or whatever, let me know. Slept like a baby, that's me. I'm so ready for everything. Something clicked this time. Clicked me this time. So I feel like the collective as a whole is kind of feeling that way. It's like we just want something to change, right? We need something to change. The world's kind of a rolling shit show right now. So definitely feel like we could use some positive changes, right? It's like we're sick of all the negative stuff in the world. We definitely need some positive changes. All right, anybody that's watching, if you guys want a couple of tarot cards, some charms, or you want me to see what Spirit has for you, put your first name in the chat and I will do one of the 3, tarot charms or mediumship. And if not, then we will call it for the night and I will see you guys the next time we go live. So just drop your first name and if you want tarot charms or mediumship. Gisela, tell me something good. I'm going to pull cards for you this time. Tell her something good, Spirit. What's she need to know? Ooh. Okay, so first things first, you need to really trust your instincts and intuition because you have a wish fulfillment coming in. You wanted something good, Spirit said, I got you right here. All right, so big mama bear energy here, Queen of Cups energy, so water sign energy. We're in Pisces season. Very nurturing, very soft, very empathetic. This person would give you the shirt off their back, but they're also a fierce protector of those that they love, right? So it's like, don't mess with my family or whoosh, I'll get you. I do think you have some romance that could be coming in from a younger, potentially water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This is like a very spiritual, loving, sensitive person. So if you're not interested, let them down gently because they would definitely take it personal. You do have a wish fulfillment that's coming in. So keep hope alive that there's positive changes that are going to happen. There's definitely the need to focus on spirituality at this time. There's some inspiration that could be coming to you, gaining some insight, some clarity. And we have the 10 of Cups. Okay, it's not or, it's and. So this could lead to marriage and commitment or feeling like you found your soul family, right? Really feeling like you belong someplace. And then we have the World. So you're completing a really difficult, challenging chapter of your life. And as a result, you're going to be able to celebrate a lot of wins moving forward. So travel, movement, relocation, a lot of fulfillment, especially wishes about love. You're going to be celebrating some good stuff. You're going to be on top of the world, maybe even international travel. It's also possible with the World card. So once all this stuff is complete, it's like doors just start to unlock and open for you. Could be in love as well. Love that for you. All right. Anybody else that wants a couple of cards or charms? Just drop your first name in the chat. So I almost never pull cards for myself just because like this is what I do all day long. So I rarely if ever pull cards for myself, but I am always curious because I'm a Pisces. So what does Jenna need to know? What's happening for Jenna? You guys can find out with me. Woo! Somebody's going to be sharing the wealth. All right, love that. We're going to be brave. We're going to shift our perspectives someplace and let down our walls. Not this girl. Are you kidding me? Never. I'm kidding. All right. So, very interesting. All right. So, we're going to be well off enough to share the wealth with others. So, charitable acts, donations, rewarding our kindness, all that good stuff. So, blessings come in and we can bless others. Love that. All right. Being brave, being confident, taking action, shifting our perspective away from negative things and keeping hope alive that some things are coming in that we want, letting down our walls, healing some wounds. And then we have the King of Coins. So could be some sort of collaboration coming up. Some sort of success in business. Slow and steady wins the race, right? It's taken like 5.5 years to build all my social media and my business. So willing to do the work. I'm a workaholic. I work all the time. My brain is always thinking about my next project. So sometimes slowing down is a good thing, although it's frustrating to me because I'm always like, what am I doing next? All right. I want one of these too. You're so welcome, Gisela. That was very positive for you. I can't wait to see it come in for you. All right. What else do we need to know? Bought my first house. Ooh, that would be interesting. My For You page has been nothing but houses in other states, so that would be interesting to me. Train wreck, catastrophe, and shocking events. It would shock the shit out of me if I came into enough money to buy a house. I will be quite honest with that. That would shock me, absolutely. Starting over, making a fresh start. Don't waste your life. It's time to get out there and live. That's good advice. And comedy show. Remember to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. Got to clean the house before you sell a house, right? Clean house, purge, clean, tidy up, let go of the mess. One more of these. What do we got? Moving on. Jobs, houses, and relationships. Pack your bags. You know, what's funny about that? I have some friends that are mediums and psychics and stuff. They told me months ago that I'm probably going to be moving. So if that happens, that would be kind of crazy. So we'll see. But those were for me. So we will see what happens. Let's get some charms. What do I need to know, Spirit? What do we have? Ooh, we have a key. Okay, so definitely some keys to unlock some new doors. We have the letter A, new beginnings, could be in somebody's name. We have a paw print. You guys know I've got dogs, transformations. We have the crown. I wore my crown today in the Pisces reading. So elevating, status change. This always looks like a purse to me, and it says here. So gifts, money, that could definitely be something that's changing. We have a bat. What they're giving me with that is like sonar or echolocation, right? That's how bats navigate, how they find their way. Vampires is also what's coming to mind. So watch out for people trying to drain you, drain me, whatever. The axe, we're going to cut something away. Ooh, could be a twin flame connection. We have two little angels here. Let's see if you guys can see that more clearly. One's like whispering in the other one's ear. I feel like somebody needs to be really cautious about like people talking behind your back, things like that. We have the bee, miracles, really busy, building things, another butterfly, big changes, transformation. We have a moon and star. So illusions, wish fulfillments, truth being shed. We have a moon and a little baby. You guys know that we had a grandbaby, so maybe we're finally going to get to see her a little bit more. Again, illusions, clarity, truth, all those things being illuminated, and then there could be a new addition to the family. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a baby. No one I know is pregnant, so definitely not this girl. All right. Anybody else that wants some charms or tarot, comment your first name. Otherwise, we're going to skedaddle on out of here. Holy cow, it is almost 11 o'clock already. Okay. So, I don't know when exactly I'm going to try and go live for you guys, but I am going to do some of them during the day, like during the week, and then I'm going to try and do a couple of them in the evenings on weekends, because I know more people are usually around in the evenings on weekends. So we'll play that part by ear. If you guys ever want to book a reading with me, shoot me an email. That is the only way that you can book with me. And then I take payment through Cash App or PayPal. Also Zelle, I have that one as well. And then it's first come, first serve. So sometimes I have a little bit of a waiting list. Usually it's same day turnaround. Sometimes it's not, just depends. But I tell you that at the time of booking, and then all of them are done in a video that's uploaded privately to YouTube that you have access to through a private link. And that's that. That's your reading. So that is what I have for you, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.